everyone. If you haven't heard, there's been a wallpaper that's been circulating around the internet for a few days now, you could say. So what is this wallpaper? Why is it crashing phones? And is this a virus or is this just an unlucky accident? So what is this wallpaper? So this wallpaper has been seemingly been able to kill someone's phones, like any phone that you've been able to throw at it, except iPhones and some Android phones. Most Android phones, it says that on the report that Android phones do more normally crash. I'm not sure why. I'll explain you in a minute. So what is this wallpaper? This wallpaper is pretty much just a average sunset glowing in. And once you set this on your wallpaper, it crashes your phone. And basically, you are unable to literally just do anything and will immediately take you to the boot menu. Pretty serious situation. So now, is this something that could destroy the universe or all phones that you apply on it? No, not really. iOS devices are fine and they can easily handle it. So how is it able to crash phones like this? So turns out once you go into the regular wallpaper or the original source of the wallpaper and you put it onto something called Adobe, Adobe photo editor, there's a color space called Photo RGB. So I'll talk about color spaces for a minute. So there's 3 different color spaces that show what you can see in your eyes right now. There is a huge amount of colors that you will be able to see right now that your eyes can see. But there's 3 different color spaces that you can use in that phones and any devices that you use has. So most phones and devices that have screens usually use a color space called sRGB. It's a very tiny part of our entire visual range, but that is enough to give a very mostly vibrant look to your photos and videos. So, what kind of color space is this one? It's Pro Photo RGB. There's 3 different color spaces: sRGB, Pro Photo RGB, and Adobe RGB. Adobe RGB is a pretty more bigger area than sRGB, but usually phones like Android and iOS is easily able to convert this back into regular sRGB. So is Pro Photo. It's pretty big, but they're able to easily figure it out. So why is it crashing only Android phones? What's the error that's making this happen? Well, it's pretty weird actually. So most social media apps use sRGB as the color space, and when someone posts this wallpaper that's crashing everyone's phone, stop that, it will convert that back to sRGB, and anyone trying to put that back in will easily be able to do it, as social media apps usually only use sRGB. But if you actually take a screenshot of this wallpaper, you'll be able to easily put this on your wallpaper and nothing will happen. But isn't a screenshot the exact same thing as a regular photo? No, not really. There's a common misconception with screenshots. It doesn't actually create a new photo. It converts whatever color space is in back to sRGB. So if it's Pro Photo, it turns to sRGB. Do you get it? So once that photo has been taken, they think that will be converted back into sRGB. So what's wrong with Android phones, right? Is there some kind of error in the backlight? Well, let's take a look into the 3 different colors, primary colors that you'll be able to see right now. That all these different colors will be able to see. There's one tiny pixel in the entirety of the photo that's creating this problem. So this pixel right here, it's a pretty orangey color, tan color, and the amount of red, green, and red. So there's 3 different ones: red, yellow, and blue, right? And the contents of these all add up into different hues. And these, when they're added up, should create it below 255. And it's actually only 254. So what's the problem, right? Well, it turns out that Google uses a sort of rounding system that rounds up all these numbers. So if you round it all up, and it will actually create 256, which is higher than the Google value, the which is higher than the regular value. Once you put it into your phone, and you put it into your wallpaper, Google will be able to easily transfer that back into 255, right? It will turn it back into sRGB, right? But no, that's wrong. Because once you put it into your wallpaper, it will Google will try to continuously fix itself. And every time you open it up, it will continuously boot loop because that this one tiny pixel is causing the entirety of the wallpaper to try to fix. When Google tries to fix it up, it continuously fails, which makes it but when you're doing this, it will continually boot loop, and then you basically lose your app phone. So that's pretty weird. But will this happen ever again? Is this like a thing that will every day happen, that you will see in almost every wallpaper app or any phone? No, almost never. The only reason that this happened here was that I think that this wasn't really harmful at all. I think that they just saw the sunrise, and once they saw it, they were like, it's not very good. It's pretty dull. And they were like, yes, let's put it to Adobe. Adobe RGB, not that vibrant. Put into ProPhoto RGB. Now that's vibrant. And then they put it onto social media. And when someone uses it, it will crash your phone. So now that we know what it is, and that it will probably not happen again, what should you do to prevent yourself from getting any kind of these threats? Well, I think you should just don't get wallpapers from third-party apps. Just go to your whatever. If you're using iOS, you go to the wallpaper app there and pick up one of your favorite wallpapers and put them on. If you're Android, find out your Android themes and then just put one on. Because these companies will verify these wallpapers to make sure that they're sRGB and does not have any faulty arrows. But the problem is with third-party apps is that they probably don't even realize that something like this could crash your phone, which is why they just sell it to you, and then they're like, we didn't do anything. That's your own fault, right? We didn't do anything. So, that's why you should probably not use third-party wallpapers for your wallpaper, because it's just not safe. And it should never, because you will probably find that some of these websites will contain viruses, which will be just installing onto your device. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day today, and thanks for listening.